me, I think about social media that like, I see everybody as cool, as friends, but like I don't see you as like my friend.
I don't really say like my issues that much. I might say like something's happening, but I don't say what it is. I just got banned for 7 days, bro.
So like I'm just in my lane, doing my shit. Like I was telling somebody that I actually started before Sheldon. Yeah, they might think that like Sheldon was the first person. No. Some niggas have been grinding this shit. It's unbelievable. If I can be able to tell a good story about this watch, I can be able to convince anybody that this watch is $10,000. Do you know the margins on Rolex watches? The cost is low, but the value is high. Like it's huge. Like I got to understand that everything is built on story. If I want to bring an artist up, let's say an artist comes to me that, yo, Charlie, I want to be able to blow up. But like, nah. If I want to blow it up, I need to find a story. The Bible is a story.
A very great story.
Very good story. Like, did you see Jesus? Let's play.
That's good. Chill out.
And this is the Mass Podcast where we talk about music, art, and random stuff. Yeah. So, what's up?
Charlie, I'm cool, you know. I'm much better, but as soon as I'm getting out of a dark place, YouTube is like prison.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like when it happened, usually I would like it's a big deal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
This one you.
I was like,
no, I was even shocked the way you reacted to it. I was like, yo, this nigga is stoic now. Like,
I didn't even like. I saw it in the morning. I woke up and I saw the email and I was like, obviously I was like, fuck. I went to check. I did appeal and everything. And then when they rejected the appeal, I think when I saw the appeal rejected, I was like, okay, all right. Like, I can either cry about this or I can see it like, like, that in general you have this like CPMs are low, views are low and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe this is an opportunity for me to like stack videos, and then because like I've been wanting to work on some longer videos that if like I'm posting, I can't work on them like that. If I'm posting every day, I'm trying to post every day now. So like if I'm doing that,
that's the grind. Let's go.
yeah. So if I'm doing that, I can't post very like long. Sometimes I have to like dive deep into something, and I'm not able to do that because you have to keep the videos 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. But I'm like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to like do that. So, but I have two now. One they'll release one in February, but I have to be careful else I'll be out. I'll be
out of the game. When you're out of the game, all your friends that you thought were friends not be friends anymore. You're like, I thought you were. Yeah.
There's some streamer. I mean, I don't know how to say his name. I think it's T Banks or like it's TB and they spell the A somewhere. I think it's T Banks. I'm sure you've seen him. They pitch his voice up. Like he says a lot of. He's like a funny guy, funny streamer. They'll pitch his voice up and then like he's talking about some funny stuff. Like when he started blowing up, everybody loved him. Then Twitch banned him for like 1 week. When he came back, he was like, "Oh my god, bro!" Like as soon as he got banned, everybody started cheating on him. He's like, "Yo, what did I do? I just got banned for 7 days, bro."
That's the thing. That's like so me. I think about social media that like I see everybody as cool, as friends, but like I don't see you as like my friend. Because I know like when shit hits the fan, like you're not going to be. You understand? So like I'm just in my lane, doing my shit.
Charlie?
Like, hey.
Just me there. I don't. Unless you can't say it to me, but I don't really say like my issues that much. I might say like something's happening, but I don't say what it is. So, but then like, unless maybe somebody directly says something to me or I will not hear it. But yeah, it's true, bro. Like if something happens, bro, somebody can like try and the one that people will tell. I know the one that people tell me. They'll say like God is punishing me because of something, maybe something that I said. Because I get that comment a lot. They say, one day God will show you that. I'm like, bro, what did I say? I've not said anything.
At this point, I'm just basically used to used to all those shit because
Yeah.
I've been in the game for. I've just been perfecting the craft. YouTube
You
sent me
mean
that.
again for yeah?
Charlie,
For how long?
when I saw it, I say your channel turns 70 today. I was like, wow,
Hey, when I saw it, I was like, hey,
wow.
7 years.
Way
Oh,
back.
nice.
So me, if anybody kind of comes to complain to me that like shit is not working or something, like I'm like, okay, just do it for 7 years. And, like don't complain to me because I did shit for 7 years. Have you done it for 7 years? You're in your second year, bro. Like get working.
I used to watch you in school, though.
You bab.
Those times, that was like 2018 or 2017.
You
then.
bab. Like I was telling somebody that I actually started before Sheldon, and then no, I was telling
I think we when we
I
were
actually started before Sheldon, and like it's unbelievable because they think they might think that like Sheldon
Sorry,
was
2020, yeah.
it was the like was the first person.
person,
No,
yeah.
no, no,
Nah,
no.
crap.
But some niggas have been grinding this shit.
you know the first time I saw your video, it was in you know that group, the NPM group, the one that had all the artists. Those days, like Kwame Eugene, all those people were inside the group. Nobody had blown yet.
Yes.
And I remember you posted the vlog, and you wrote something like, basically my day or something like that. So that was the first time I saw the video, but I didn't watch it that time. But I saw the video, I was like, oh, okay. That time, like, videos and this were not on my mind, so it was just music. So later on, I saw it on Instagram, and I think it was that video where you were changing the room. It's like you were cleaning the room and like trying to make it look more like for the we wanted to make it look nice for the videos.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember
that's
that.
some guitar be on some bed. I've forgotten, but
I remember
that was the first one. The first time I started watching.
I remember that video. Yeah.
And then I started watching the videos, and I remember you made a video about your mom where you said she was like 12 years or so because her birthday is on the leap year. And then like I remember that the very first time I that was the video that like caught my attention because you did some animation be where it's like it took like all the years and then this some animation be and poured it in the calendar. I was like, yo, yeah. That was when I was like, okay, this nigga.
Yeah, man. Like, bro. Yeah. So and like over the years, I mean, I've been trying to like perfect the craft, like been adding new things, and then like I met my guy David and stuff, and then like he was the one who
Shouts to David.
was saying that like the wisest thing to do is to like know that you don't know anything. Like I mean, at some point, like I had this ideology that like I'm the shit in terms of creativity and shit. So like it also hinders me from learning more shit because like I didn't see at the point I was doing all those shit, I didn't see anybody around doing that shit. So it's like, I mean, then you get a little bit complacent. So I mean, now I've started like learning more, trying to perfect my skills, trying to like give gap in quotes, like generally, like at this point, it's like you stumble on my video and then you're like, nah, this nigga is different. That's me. That's all. Because one of the best ways to push somebody is word of mouth. If like somebody say, oh nah, this nigga is different, then he will tell his friends, yo, Charlie, nah, this nigga is different, you bab. So those kind of things. But hey, I mean, I don't see it as like I've been doing this shit for 7 years.
You know, like the thing I'm saying, I was actually thinking about it maybe last night or so. Like, there's some pride when you don't know anything, there's some pride that you have, where, and that pride it gives you this resistance to like learning new things because if you go and try to learn something new, you have to admit to yourself that you don't know. But when you have this pride that you know everything, so like it has that friction is there, and then you don't go and learn the thing. I've been doing the thing I don't want to mention it yet. I mentioned after a year, but like I told someone asked me for help. They were like, yo, they need help to write something, and I was like, oh, do you watch like videos? Do you watch these videos on YouTube? Like, watch these videos. And the guy was like, oh, nah, you don't need to watch those things. I was like, bro, are you crazy? What do you mean? Like, you don't know anything. What do you mean you don't need to watch the tutorials? Go and watch the videos. I sent him a link. And then I was like, yeah, watch the video. When you finish watching the videos, then we can talk. Because, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm supposed to be studying, you know, and I guess, when it comes to entertainment too, there's that, people say things like, oh, like creativity is, it comes from the gods, you know, that whole thing. It's like, yeah, I guess like the seed can come when you're born. But if like the watching is, you know, you have to learn things. People have done it before you forget yourself.
I mean, you have to be creative. Like me, like this. I got to a point. I'm not going to lie. Like believe I was like the shit in terms of storytelling. Nobody is coming like close to me. But at some point, like when you begin to read more, you begin to. I mean, you were the one who told me about the South Park people that the two fundamentals of a story is but and therefore or something.
Yeah.
But like you said, a but and therefore, I understood what you meant and all those things. But like I didn't really put it into practice until like I started learning some new things about storytelling, and then like how like to build a story from scratch from it should be like a simple story, and then people should be able to like I know the story, but how this guy is telling the story, I want to know. Do you understand those kind of things? So like you can choose to not talk about this side, you talk about that side later, but you interest them in this side, you understand? So it's like you're perfecting the craft, because at some point you just like I got to understand that everything is built on story, like life. Like the Bible is a story.
It's a story. A very great story.
Very good story. Like, did you see Jesus? No.
Nah.
Somebody told me that Jesus is real, and I believed it. So if you can be able to, let's say you want to sell this watch, right? If I can be able to tell a good story about this watch, I can be able to convince anybody that this watch is $10,000. Do you know the margins on Rolex watches? Like it's huge. Like the cost is low, but the value is high because of the way they propagate it. So it's like I started learning it for myself, learning to also practice my skill, so that like if I want to do anything, I should be able to find a way to tell. If I want to lie to the people, I should find a way to be able to lie to the people. I'm not saying I'm lying to the people, but like I'll lie to you that you, Charlie, you believe me. And then I saw that, okay, fine. If I want to bring an artist up, let's say an artist comes to me that, yo, Charlie, I want to be able to blow up. I'm like, nah. If I want to blow it up, I need to find a story to tell. You see all those gurus and things, they always come out, oh, when I came, I came with 2 cities and a dream, and then my mama didn't have this, but I had this, but I believed in this. Everybody likes a good underdog story. So it's like all those things, I'm like, oh, fine, okay, there's a way. So I started learning them, and I said, okay, one of the ways to practice this shit is by doing longer stories. You understand? I'm like, okay, if I do longer stories, can I make them watch? Like then I use like maybe analytics to like measure how much these people can watch my shit for. You understand? I'm like, okay, fine. If I do this, if I do that, this is what it's going to be. So it's like a whole learning process. Like I know it's a bit corny, but that kind of 1% every day, better every day, which is not. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm trying to improve 1% better. Well, I could sit down and maybe like be like this when we are watching the video. We are not watching it like, oh, as we did was like, okay, you were too sensational in some parts. Like, okay, too much. Like the people can, like one of the videos, the Lamide video, it did well, but I mean, like this guy, one of my team members was like, I'll show you my weakness too much, and my weakness at that point was like the Yoruba. You understand, which is not like perfected very well. So it's like, okay, I know you're trying to appeal and all those things, but like you should keep. It's either you do it well or you should keep less of it. You understand? Which so it's like, okay, the next time try and show your weakness less. Then the next one to like, okay, we did the Burna Boy one. The Burna Boy one, the clubbing incident, fine. We just said everything about like it might not be trend stuff, but it's like, okay, now make sure that disclaimers are. I think I put a disclaimer there or something, but make sure that disclaimers are noted there very well. You understand? Just in case of anything, then fine. now like try and so it's like okay now fine we spoke about something. The new one I'm doing is like okay this wasn't really the keys, but to make the story better we need to now link like these things together. So we just need to make sure that like everybody knows that like it is 80, it is the story might be 60% true but it might not be 100% true. Understand? But for the story to link, because there's something that I added. I was like, no, if I just let it like be like the way it is actually is, I'm like, nah, shit, not be nice. Like, but I needed to link some. The new one that I'm doing, I needed to link some shit to some shit to some shit. So yeah, so it's like me, yeah, I'm just always trying to improve. Like somebody like, oh fine, you say you're an OG and all those things. Like somebody might feel proud and stuff, but maybe the new guy who I don't even like to tell somebody how long I've been on the YouTube game because I mean I had to learn this shit the hard way. You understand? Compared to somebody like let's say Mr. Beast, he knew some shit that I didn't know. Even the TikTok stuff, like when I entered, fine, I knew some. I was like, oh, this thing is difficult. But like I got to realize that nah, there's some tricks. This is that. So like I just optimize. And my optimizing is like fine, give them rewards like every 5 seconds, every distance. So if you see like my keyboard videos or stuff on TikTok, like they blow up. Yeah, like it's because of especially the way I see it and then the way it's just learning. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like I'm always learning, and so and after as time goes on, it's not even about how you started a YouTube or how long you have been grinding. It's like how much are you willing to learn from other people? Because if you are doing something and it's not working, that means you are not doing something right.
Yeah.
And then like I mean like I don't use like our peers and stuff, but like, oh fine, we started this shit, but our peers have passed us. What are our peers doing? Maybe they are appealing to the wider audience, and the wider audience like this content. And then, fine, that's why they are getting it. So what do we have to do? You see, somebody like Sheldon. Sheldon, there's this theory that I also use. I know I'm talking a lot, but there's something that they call more, better, new. So the thing is that you do one thing, is it working? If it's working, you do more of that. After some time, the more of that thing will plateau. Then you start to find a way to do it better. Then after that better thing will plateau. Then you find a new way to do it. It's simple. So Sheldon like this, like you can never bash Sheldon if you are not putting out more than Sheldon. Like for me, I believe that like if you start to put out as much content as Sheldon, you get the numbers as Sheldon. All you need to do is to be slightly better in terms of your way you tell your stories than Sheldon. But like right now, if you want to be slightly better than Sheldon, then you probably need a team because you can't you alone can't really churn out that much content. So now what you can do is that if you in order to make up for not being able to pass Sheldon, you have to be far better in terms of like your content style, like far better, like gap. I'm not saying Sheldon is not good or anything, but like you have to gap him, like no matter. So if somebody sees Sheldon content, like oh this is nice, but he sees you like no, this shit is fire, like different. Then like okay fine, then that's when you'll be able to compete with him, or you are doing something new that they have not seen before. That's the only way you can be able to compete with Sheldon and his numbers. But that's why like it ties back to you saying that you're coming to do this shit every day. I'm like, okay, fine. This is like basically like the best method you can use right now. And like there's this guy on TikTok. He did oh yeah, I'm sure you've seen him. Some guy looks like those he was doing a 90-day challenge. Every day you come and talk about something.
Isn't a Nigerian guy?
Yeah, I'm Nigerian guy.
Yeah, I've seen. I
Then
think he's still doing it.
One of the things that the businessmen do for he starts with a side. Those times the one I start with side view.
I went to the I see this all the time.
You understand? And he did that thing, and he did it every single day.
You see,
okay, let me not bring Andrew Tate and stuff. Andrew Tate has said this thing.
Andrew Tate.
He said, never miss a day, because one day you get lucky. But
Yeah.
you get like your chances of getting lucky will be higher if you never miss a day, because then you catch the lucky day. But if that day you miss a day, then your lucky day doesn't come. To be honest, I promise you, hey, there are some TikToks that like I don't feel like posting. Like I don't want to post. I'm like, fine, but I'm like, fine, okay, post. Bam, 50K views, 100K views. Wow. Like, okay, so I would have lost on 100K views. Even some of like the old remixes, I'm like, oh,
Yeah, you posted.
I regurgitated one.
Yeah, was it the Rama one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how many views is now, like 20K or something, or I'm sure like 30K. But like I regurgitated one, I was like, oh.
I don't know if you pinned it.
I didn't pin it. I didn't pin it because I'm like, oh, this is like an old one.
Yeah.
But people have not seen it, so I'm like, oh, okay, wow.
But will you do a new one? Like you not that remix in a while.
Yeah, I think the last one I did was the Is It a Crime?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did, there's one too that using the charm. I did a remix to the charm. That was a long time ago, and I just regurgitated it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like, I mean, you just know, if you try not to miss a lucky day and just putting out content, you don't know which one might hit. But like one of the things too that I do is that before I even post any video, I just go on TikTok and just search for TikTok viral hooks, and I look for some, and I find the one that I think, oh, this one can fit. Then I just line them up, and then I just find a way to talk about it. Then, so let's say I'm constantly amazed by how stupid people are. You see, when you talk about this gives you that. I've given you a first reward.
Yeah.
Like straight up. So I'm constantly around how stupid people can be. Now this woman says this bread is this, but look at this. If you go to the market, this bread is 2 cedis. Now this bread is 5 cedis, 5 cedis. If you add that together, that's 10 cedis. So she's lying to us. Okay, fine. The reason why she's lying to us is that when you go to this, like reward, I'm just creating this, but like reward, and there's no way you skip, because I'm giving reward after reward after reward after reward. Like it's like a build up. So it's like it's a skill, and then I mean you just continue perfecting, especially TikTok, and you just realize. And if you make your videos about, let's say 5 minutes or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, like, and people stay longer, they'll push it.
Well, there's a video that I'll do for TikTok. I don't know, ever since like they put me in jail. Like now when I think about videos, when I shoot videos now, like, cause I know that I'll post them on TikTok before they go on YouTube, cause I don't want to, like, like I don't want them to just be lying there. But there's this guy, the food critic, the Nigerian guy. Some big guy. Yeah. Oh my god! I saw it. Have you seen the video he dropped? I don't know whether I dropped it today, but
He said, follows me on IG.
he follows you on IG.
Yeah,
I do not like that guy.
Sometimes.
Oh really? Okay.
Like he said, sometimes he said, I said you should come and try the banku in Ghana. That was before he came to Ghana. That was like a while back.
Okay.
Yeah. His sensationalism. When I say sensationalism, he knows how to push buttons.
Yeah, he done a video. They posted it on one of the, I don't know, Insta blog or one of them. He was like he cannot marry a Ghanaian woman because, and I think it was a video. He was saying it on a video where they were grinding pepper, and I think a lot of Nigerians say raw pepper. I don't know whether they are cooking their pepper or whatever. Because we just grind it, like it's the vegetables. We grind it and then that's the food, right? And I was saying that I can't marry a Ghanaian woman, and I was like, and then. Like I was like, oh okay, this is a video, like, and for that guy I have to go at him, I can't. I mean, I don't agree with what he's saying, but like I have to go at him like head on, So yeah, like what you're just seeing right now, I was just like, I was thinking of something along the lines of that like earlier today, for a video, but I'll try it. I'll post it tomorrow and see what happens.
I can't marry. You can even start with like, I can't marry a Ghanaian. You can start with him because he's popular. You are not.
The one I had was because you mentioned the stupid one. The one I had was it's amazing what you can achieve in life if you are confident enough to be stupid and loud, and then after that I'll go into like like a whole thing about food critics, you know, because like I mean I have feelings about that whole thing because you know I've been into the food thing lately. I've been
So like I'm looking at it me like say in two ways. Like you can all of them you can try. You can try starting with your faith, and you can try starting with his face on another thing, or starting with somebody else's face. So it's like you know
yeah.
like you can start like you can use his I'll never marry a Ghanaian woman. It's amazing how stupid like blah 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 blah. Then it's amazing how blah 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 stupid. Guys, listen to what else he says. Because blah 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 blah. You see, now this is the problem I have with food critics.
Yeah.
Then you start the story. So you started him. I can never marry a Ghanaian woman. First of all, you speak in a Nigerian accent, so the Nigerians will be like, "Oh, let's spite the Ghanaians." Now the Ghanaian woman will be like, "Why the fuck does this guy not want to marry a Ghanaian woman?" But before he says his reason, then let's play comes. It's amazing how blah 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 blah. Listen to his reason. Then he says the reason. Then you come. Then you start to give reward after reward. So now here's the problem I have with food critics. Now when you have food critics, your job is blah blah blah. But when you get here, you do this blah blah. Then you do that. Or you even if you go the insult route, the insult route work because I mean that one you don't need to do that reward. But like it's like when you understand
I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll post that video like exactly what you're saying.
yeah. So it's like it's just
let's see how it goes.
yeah. So you try it, if it works, you try it. I mean, the TikTok there is just like sensationalism. I told you that I was watching like my guy. Sometime I went to a gig, right? And we're sitting down waiting for the gig, and I was just looking at my guy just scrolling, and I was like, it was like a whole theory for me. What's a theory? But like, I was like, okay, so this is how human beings think. This is what stops them in their tracks. This is what there's this one guy be on YouTube who uses like Charlie some serious test traps. It's not like you'll be talking about some girl be working out and then she'll do some this and then the ass will show then she's doing squats. Then you see so that kind of squat is what we call the lateral limit squat. Then you go inside.
Yeah.
But he has brought all the men, all
yeah.
of us. Then we say, oh, gentlemen, we meet again.
Yeah, I have a video. In the comments.
We say, gentlemen, I mean, he has caught me. I might as well just listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, I can't make that video on YouTube now, but like, I had written a video about the massage people. People on TikTok, somebody's girl and they are buffing them and stuff like that. Yeah. But right now, I have to be careful on YouTube. But
yeah, I mean, like, I think one of the ways that you can blow up on TikTok.
Oh, I saw this. I'm listening.
Yeah, I think one of the ways you can blow up on TikTok is by using the sensationalism, by using, like, just look for the wildest shit that people say in the first 2 seconds. I mean, it's just learning, constant learning, and you just have to find a way to learn from the rest because, I mean, like...
Yeah, but we have to talk about the band though. I guess we didn't feel it.
But which band?
The American TikTok band.
Ah, bro.
Did you go and check that app, the Chinese app?
No, I didn't check it. But like there was somebody that I watched that was giving like a theory as to the ban. They said the ban was just like kind of like orchestrated in this way that that they said. This is not me. This is they said, please, allegedly. Okay, fine. So, first of all, TikTok is getting too much market share in US, and it's worrying them. You understand? So they said there are some platforms that like didn't really like them, wanted them out. But the only way to do that is that like you see, there's some platforms that. Nah, I don't even know whether I can say this, man. Like I don't want them to come and look at me, but you know what? Let's just say that the TikTok realized that in order to like make Donald happy, just take the TikTok down and then bring it up and say thanks to Donald.
Oh,
I'll tell you the other distance later, but like thanks to Donald. So it's like that was the announcement for every single person in America. Thanks to Donald is up. So it's like, oh. Yeah, Donald made this
Okay,
thing
so,
happen.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, now Donald will see it and like, yeah. So now I don't need to bring it down again because you people helped me win.
Yeah.
You understand?
True. Yeah, because
Yes.
they did. They really, really did.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
really
like,
did.
I like, okay, fine.
I did you see Logan Paul and those people were at the inauguration?
No.
I saw a video of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody will be there, whether they
What
like
the world.
him, whether they like him or not.
Or not, yeah. I mean, they are part of the people that won him the election. A lot of the podcasters, like
Yeah.
Theo Von,
Yeah. Oh, yes. And then even the people that don't really like him were also there. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the billionaires, like the CEOs. I don't want to mention their names, but they own the platforms. But
You have to work.
said, so that like it was that kind of thing. So it was like it's now more political. It's like a power
Yeah.
play because I imagine that you open this thing like let's just say like you see some poor people and then you just give them one CD, then they just propagate to the whole world. Oh my God. Let's Play was the one who helped me. Let's Play was the one who helped me. You'll be more obligated to help now.
Yeah.
Like you give them maybe 10 CDs.
Okay, so is it like a planting from the TikTok side? Like they are the ones so that like now they'll get favors from.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
no, it is because like it was like you take it down and bring it up. They didn't even say. Here was the thing. They didn't say you are banned. They never said something like that. But just like a show.
Yeah.
Cool. You bring it down. Bring it up. You understand? And then it worked.
You know the funniest thing? I was like, I downloaded that app, the Chinese app, and like, the funniest thing was Americans going there, right, and realizing. So like a lot of the Chinese, well, some people were saying that it's not the Chinese, but a lot of the accounts were being like racist, right? And the Americans were insulting them, but Americans didn't realize that the Chinese don't care about them like that, right? So like they're writing like nigger and stuff like that, right? And on TikTok, people get angry, like, oh my God, but on the Chinese app, and nobody give a fuck. And a lot of them were like, shocked by the whole thing, because like, okay, you can't come and do your this thing over here. Nobody, like the platform will not, you can't report, the platform will not mind you. You can't come and do like, I'm this gender person and don't mind, nobody will mind you. And there's some Chinese accounts that was, that blew up on Twitter, because she was saying that, she was writing it in bad English. So she writes something like, "Oh nigga, leave our app." And if you read it in the Chinese accent, it's so funny. That's the most interesting thing to me. And then on the app, well, when you are, for me, when I went, like the very first videos you see are people like trying to teach you Chinese. Yeah, so a lot of it is like learn Mandarin. This is what you say, basic. Like it was as if they had, it's like they knew and they pushed all the learn Chinese language people to the front. Yeah, so those are the first ones you see, and I was like, yo, I mean they made some changes. They added English to something so that you see, but Charlie, like, it's a whole new world. Like China is a different society, and the country. I saw some videos. I thought it was AI analyzing.
Wow.
Like we all know, like, okay, it's a develop, like the country is advanced, but like, bro, it's really like it's like science fiction advanced. Like from the videos I saw, I couldn't believe some of the buildings, the things, the cars. They have cars that like are cheap. Right? Again, this is one of the videos I saw. Like the prices are cheap, but the cars have functions that like a lot of the expensive cars don't have. Like the tires can do like this and then go like this. Like, do you see those cars? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's like it's a different world, like all together. Maybe they're showing the nice parts. I don't know.
No, but like still, like China is very, very advanced.
Yeah, it's a
You
different
just
kind
don't
of-
see. There's some even guy on TikTok say like they're talking about their road connectivities. But that's how the song goes. And then yeah.
I see. It's a very, very, like, it's a very, very eye-opening. Like you hear, but you don't think. If you're not seeing, like, you don't see Chinese stuff in front of you daily, like you see American stuff because of the movies and stuff, you know. But bro, I was like, at some point I was like, yo, should I go to China? Should I move to China or something? But anyway, as a black person there, no matter where you go, you have to deal with the same issues. You have to deal with the same issues. So you might not get the same things. They don't let you enter some stores and stuff.
Okay.
And the area is open. They don't care. Like no.
You've heard from
I've seen some stuff. I mean, what the man I was talking about is a lot. That like they don't. It's very widespread. It's a very normal thing. Like anyway, whatever.
I'll be the Mass Podcast, and this is Let's Play.
Ask control.
Yeah, and together we are the Power Puff. We are out.
Oh, yeah.